Yes, we are going to start 10.5. 10.5 deals with the conic sections. Let S be a fixed point and L be a fixed line. Let P be a moving point and let M be a point on the line which is closest to P. See, look at this. S is a fixed point, L is the fixed line, and P is a point, and this point moves. But M is the closest point, the point on the line L, which is the closest to P. So that is the situation. Uh, Let P moves in such a way that SP, the ratio SP over PM is equal to E. SP over PM is equal to E, a constant. Then the path of P is called a conic section. So it moves along a certain curve by keeping the ratio the same. SP divided by PM. We call it E, the eccentricity, and so that is a constant, which is definitely it is positive. The reason is SP is a distance, PM is a distance. So both SP and PM are positives, therefore E is always positive. Okay, then a justification for the name conic section is given on page 714 on the text. Please read it. E is equal to SP over PM is called the eccentricity. The point S is called the focus, and the line L is called the directrix. So for a conic section, there is a focus, there is a directrix, and there is eccentricity. Eccentricity is a number, focus is a point, directrix is a line. Case 1, E is equal to 1. Eccentricity is equal to 1. If E is equal to 1, then the path of P is called a parabola. The equation of the parabola with a vertex 0, 0, parabola has a vertex, you learned this in your pre-calculus. Equation of a parabola with a vertex 0, 0, focus P0, and directrix x plus P is equal to 0, or x is equal to negative P. That is given by y square is equal to 4px. So y square is equal to 4px represents a parabola whose vertex is 0, 0, focus is P0, axis is the x-axis, and directrix is x is equal to negative B. There are two cases. The first case is here, P is positive, and second case is P is negative. So this is the situation where P is positive. The graph will be like this, and the directrix is here, and the focus is here. This is the case where P is negative. If it is negative, the parabola is concave to the left. If it is positive, the parabola is concave to the right, and the axis is the x-axis. And now there is a different case. Now the equation of a parabola with the focus 0p, that means it's on the y-axis, and vertex 0, 0, directrix is y is equal to negative p is given by x square is equal to 4py. So you interchange x and y, that's all. When you interchange x and y, you get a parabola either concave up or concave down. It is concave up if p is positive, it is concave down if p is negative. Directrix is y is equal to negative p, here also y is negative p, and the vertex is 0, 0, focus is 0, p. Case 2. Eccentricity is less than 1. E is less than 1. If E is less than 1, then the path of P is called an ellipse. An ellipse has a center 2 foci. That foci is the plural of focus. So 2 foci and 2 directrices, a major axis and a minor axis. Equation of an ellipse whose center is 0, 0, vertices on either on the x-axis or on the y-axis is given by x square over a square plus y square over b square is equal to 1. So this is the equation of the ellipse whose center is the origin. Center is the origin. And depending upon the value of a and b, the major axis and minor axis changes. So if a is greater than b, vertices are negative a0, positive a0. That means the vertices are on the x-axis. Major axis is 2a on the x-axis. That's the length of the major axis is 2a. For c plus or minus c, there are two of them. So c0 and negative c0. And now the question is, what is c? C is given by c square is equal to a square minus b square. Remember, a is greater than b. So a square minus b square is positive. And the shape will be like this. I'm sorry, the shape is not exactly an ellipse, but so here it is an ellipse. It's oval shaped. And then c0, negative c0, negative a0, negative positive a0, 0b, 0 negative b. So those are on the y-axis. So this is a shape of an ellipse, and this ellipse is stretched horizontally. On the other hand, if a is less than b, then major axis is 2b. So that is b is greater than a or a is less than b. So major axis is on the y-axis. That is the only difference. So major axis is on the y-axis, and again it is equal to 2b. Minor axis is 2a. So that is the distance from this point to negative a0 to a0. That's a minor axis in this case. Here that is the major axis. Case 3. E is greater than 1. If E is greater than 1, then the path is called a hyperbola. A hyperbola has a center, two vertices, two foci, two directrices, and two asymptotes. We will discuss that in a minute. So just like the ellipse, it has a center, it has two vertices, it has two foci, it has two directrices, and in addition to that, it has two asymptotes. The equation is, first one is x square over a square minus y square over b square is equal to 1. See, if it is a plus, it's an ellipse. If this is a minus, then it is a hyperbola. Center is 0, 0. See, center is 0, 0. Vertices are negative a0 and positive a0. Foci plus or minus c, 0. C square is a square plus b square. In the case of ellipse, c square is a square minus b square. For hyperbola, it is c square is equal to a square plus b square. And to find the asymptotes, what you have to do is you replace the 1 in the right side by 0. See, this must be replaced by 0. So it becomes x square over a square minus y square over b square is equal to 0. Left side is the difference of two squares. So you may factor that. That is x plus a, x over a plus y over b is equal to 0, or x over a minus y over b is equal to 0. These are the two asymptotes. So the asymptotes passes through the center or the origin. So these are the asymptotes. Then second case is x square term is negative. So y square over a square minus x square over b square is equal to 1. In this case, the axis is the y-axis. Center is the same, 0, 0. Vertices 0, negative a, this one, and 0a. Foci 0, comma plus or minus c, that is on the y-axis. C square is a square plus b square. To find the asymptotes, same process. You replace the 1 in the right side by 0 and factor. So you have y over a plus x over b is equal to 0. Y over a minus x over b is equal to 0 are the asymptotes. Now, shifted conics. Shifted conics means the center is not necessarily the origin. So, first one, part A is parabola. Part A is y minus k the whole square is equal to 4p times x minus h. See, compare this with y square is equal to 4px. Here, in that case, h is 0, k is 0. So the center is 0, 0. In this case, y minus k the whole square is equal to 4p times x minus h. Vertex is hk. And axis is y is equal to k. Then focus is h plus p k. H plus p k. Directrix is x is equal to h minus p. So here is the graph. This is the vertex is hk, and then h plus p comma k. So that is the focus. X is equal to h minus p. That is the directrix. So second part is x minus h the whole square is equal to 4p times y minus k. Vertex is hk. Axis is x is equal to h, that is vertical line. Focus is h k plus p. Directrix is y is equal to k minus p. And the graph looks like these two cases. So here, this is a case where p is positive. This is a case where p is negative. Same is the case, concave up if p is positive, concave down if p is negative. Second case, ellipse. Here, x minus h the whole square over a square plus y minus k the whole square over b square is equal to 1. Instead of x square, you have x minus h the whole square. Instead of y square, you have y minus k the whole square. Center is hk. There are two cases. A is greater than b or a is less than b. We are discussing a is greater than b. A is greater than b. Focus is h plus or minus c. K. C square is a square minus b square. Minor axis is 2b on the line x is equal to h. Major axis is 2a on the line y is equal to k. And vertices h plus or minus a comma k, and 4c is, it's not written here, that is c plus or minus a, sorry, yeah, c plus or minus h, that's it, h plus or minus c, sorry, h plus or minus c is the focus. I forgot to write the focus there. It is h, oh, it is here, h plus or minus c, k. Okay, so the second, this is stretched horizontally, and the second case is b is greater than a or a is less than b. The only difference is it is stretched vertically, that is major axis is on the line x is equal to h. Okay, then hyperbola. Equation of the hyperbola with the center hk is x minus h the whole square over a square minus y minus k the whole square over b square is equal to 1. Center is hk, vertices h plus or minus a, k, because this is h. So h minus a is here, h plus a is here. And axis is y is equal to k. To find the asymptotes, replace 1 by 0 and factor the left side. Case 2, it is y minus k the whole square over a square minus x minus h the whole square over b square. So this is stretched vertically. OC is in this case h comma k plus or minus c, because it is k units. Yeah, it is measured from k, so it is k plus or minus c. Okay, now we are doing problems. Find the vertex, focus, directrix, and sketch. Find the vertex, focus, directrix, and sketch. Question number 2. 2y square is equal to 5x. So center is definitely, sorry, vertex is definitely 0, 0, but you solve for y square. 2y square is equal to 5x means y square is equal to 5 over 2x. To compare this with the relevant formula. You have several formulas in this section. So you compare with the appropriate one. Y square is equal to 4px is the appropriate one. When you compare with that, you get 4p is equal to 5 over 2 multiplied by a 1/4. You get p is equal to 5 over 8. And once you have the value of p, the rest is easy. Vertex is 0, 0. Focus is p0, that is 5 over 8, 0. Directrix is x is equal to negative p, that is x is equal to negative 5 over 8. And now the graph looks like this. It is concave to the right because p is positive. Question number 4, the same thing. 3x squared plus 8y is equal to 0. That is 3x squared is equal to negative 8y by subtracting 8y on both sides. That is x squared is equal to negative 8 over 3y. Now you compare this with the x squared is equal to 4py. Compare that equation with the x squared is equal to 4py. So 4p is equal to negative 8 over 3 multiplied by a 1/4. You get p is equal to negative 2/3. P is negative 2/3 and x has the square. So this is a parabola concave down. Okay, now let us start. Vertex is 0, 0. Focus is 0, p. That is 0, negative 2 over 3. Directrix is y is equal to negative p. That is y is equal to opposite of negative 2 over 3. That is y is equal to 2 over 3. So it is concave down. And here is the x-axis. That vertex is 0, 0. And focus is 0, negative 2 over 3. Directrix is y is equal to 2 over 3. Number 6, the same kind of question, but here there is a shift. Y minus 2, the whole square, is equal to 2x plus 1. And first you factor out a 2 from the right side. So when you factor out a 2, you get 2x plus 1 is 2 times x plus 1/2, because when you distribute 2, you get 2x plus 2 times 1/2, which is 1. So y minus 2 the whole square is 2 times x minus 1/2. Now you compare this with the y minus k the whole square is equal to 4p times x minus h. So the vertex is h, k. H is negative 1/2, k is 2. So vertex is negative 1/2, 2. 4p is equal to 2 means p is equal to 1/2. Therefore, you have to p is equal to 1/2. And so vertex is a point negative 1/2, 2. X is negative 1/2, y is 2. And then, in order to draw the graph, you need at least 2 more points. So set x is equal to 0 means you are going to find where on y-axis the graph crosses the y-axis. So x is equal to 0 means y minus 2 the whole square is 1. That is y minus 2 is equal to 1 or negative 1. That is y is equal to either 3 or 1. So this is y is 3. This is y is 1. And our points. Then focus. Use the formula. That is h plus or minus p. So that means negative 1/2 plus 1/2 and negative 1, that is focus is 0 to x is 0, y is 2. So x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is 2. So that is focus, because k stays the same. H plus or minus c, plus or minus p. So h plus or minus p. No minus is there. H plus p. Plus or minus is only for the ellipse and the hyperbola. So this is h plus p. If you want, you may just recall that formula. Shifted. See here, focus is h plus p, k. So that is the focus, H plus P. Okay. Okay, so that is H plus P. Okay, number 6. H is negative 1/2, so H plus P is negative 1/2 plus 1/2, that is 0. So X coordinate is 0 and Y coordinate is K, which is 2. Directrix is again H minus P. So minus 1/2 is equal to negative 1. So X is equal to negative 1, and that is how you draw it. Number 8, same kind of question, but the question is given like this. This is a little bit algebra is involved, so you must be very careful. So 2x square minus 16x minus 3y plus 38 is equal to 0. You move y terms and the constant to the other side. So you add a 3y and subtract a 38. You get 2x square minus 16x is equal to 3y minus 38. The strategy is whichever letter has a square term, keep it there. Keep that letter in the left side. Move all the other letters and constants to the other side. And now you pull out a 2 from the left side. That is 2 times x square minus 8x is equal to 3y minus 38. Now we are going to complete the square. In order to complete the square, you have to add a number, and that number is the square of 1/2 of coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is negative 8. Its 1/2 is negative 4. When you square negative 4, you get a 16. So you add and subtract 16 there. And that is 2 times. Now you factor the first 3 times. That is the square of x minus 4. So 2 times x minus 4 the whole square minus 16. So this up to this 16 you factored, and then this negative 16 stays there. Now distribute the 2. That is 2 times x minus 4 the whole square minus 2 times 16, that is negative 32, is equal to 3y minus 38. And now you add a 32 on, oh, it must be a 32. I'm sorry, I wrote a 38 there. It must be a 32. And 38 minus 32 is 6, negative 6. So there is no mistake there. The only thing is that this is a 32. 2 times x minus 4 the whole square is equal to 3y minus 6. Pull out a 3. So 2 times x minus 4 the whole square is equal to 3 times y minus 2. And so divide both sides by 2. You get x minus 4 the whole square is equal to 3 over 2 times y minus 2. Now you compare with the relevant formula. The formula in this case is x minus h the whole square is equal to 4p times y minus k. You get h is equal to 4, k is equal to 2, 4p is equal to 3 over 2, 4p is equal to 3 over 2. Divide that by a 4, you get p is equal to 3 over 8. Now you are ready to write the answer. Vertex is hk, 4, 2. P is 3 over 8, positive, so parabola is concave up. Focus is h, the point h, comma k plus p. So it is 4, comma 2 plus 3 over 8. That is 4, comma 19 over 8. So that is the focus. And then directrix is y is equal to k minus p. That is y is equal to k 2 minus 3 over 8. P is 3 over 8. That is y is equal to 13 over 8. So this line is 13, y is equal to 13 over 8. This point is 4, comma 19 over 8, and parabola is concave up. Axis is this line. What is that line? X is equal to 4. So x is equal to 4 is the axis. Number 10 is similar. No, not very similar. Find the equation of a parabola with focus and directrix. Find the equation of a parabola, its focus and directrix. And here is the given condition. Vertex is 2 to negative 2, concave up, and passes through 0, 0. In fact, it was a picture in the textbook, so I didn't want to graph that here. So instead, I have written essential features of that graph. Vertex is 2, negative 2. It is concave up and it passes through 0, 0. Okay, h is 2 and k is negative 2. So vertex is not 0, 0. So h is 2 and k is negative 2. And it is concave up. So the equation must be x minus h the whole square is equal to 4p times y minus k. And so that is x minus 2 the whole square is equal to 4p times y plus 2. This parabola passes through 0, 0. So when you replace x by 0, you must replace y by 0. So that means 0 minus 2 the whole square is equal to 4p times 0 plus 2. That is 4 is equal to 8p. P is equal to 1 half. Therefore, 4p is equal to 4 times 1 half, that is 2. So the equation is x minus h the whole square is equal to 4p times y minus k. So x minus 2 the whole square is equal to 4p is 1 half 2 times y plus 2. So the focus is h comma k plus b, because you recall that formula. This is x as the square term, so it is either concave up or concave down. B is positive, so it is concave up. And so focus is h k plus b, that is 2, negative 2 plus 1 half, that is 2, comma negative 3 half. Directrix is y is equal to k minus p, that is y is equal to negative 2 minus 1 half, that is negative 5 half. Focus is 2, negative 3 over 2. Directrix is y is equal to negative 5 over 2. And the next question is, find the that was number 10. Here, find the vertices 4C and sketch the graph. Equation is here. 100x square plus 36y square is equal to 225. So what you have to do is you divide both sides by 225 to make the right side a 1. So 100 over 225x square plus 36 over 225y square is equal to 225 over 225. That is x square divided by 2.25. 225 divided by 100 is 2.25. X square over 2.25 plus y square over 6.25 is equal to 1. That is x square over 1.5 the whole square plus y square over 2.5 the whole square is equal to 1. You compare it with x square over a square plus y square over b square is equal to 1. So a is 1.5, b is 2.5, b is greater than a. So the ellipse is stretched vertically. That means major axis is on the y-axis. So vertices 0, negative 25, because it's on the y-axis, and 0, positive 25. And c square is equal to b square minus a square in this case. That is c square is equal to 6.25 minus 2.25, that is 4. So c is equal to plus or minus 2. Therefore, 4c 0, 2 or 0, negative 2. So this is 0, 2 and this is 0, negative 2. Number 16. X square plus 3y square plus 2x minus 12y plus 10 is equal to 0. Here x and y both letters have squares. So you have to keep all the letters in the left side, all the variables in the left side, and move the constant to the right side, and again write the like variables together. So this is x square plus 2x plus, you are pulling out a 3 from these two, 3 times y square minus 4y is equal to negative 10. You subtract a 10 and then you factor out a 3 from 3y square minus 12y, you get 3 plus 3 times y square minus 4y. Now you complete the square. Here, coefficient of x is 2, its 1 half is 1, 1 square is 1. You add a 1 on the left and the right. And here, coefficient of y is negative 4. 1 half of negative 4 is 2. 2 square is 4. So you add and subtract 4 there to complete the square. This one, x square plus 2x plus 1 is x plus 1 the whole square plus 3 times, when you factor the first 3 times, That's the square of a trinomial, that is y minus 2 the whole square. Then 3 times -4 is -12. So it becomes x plus 1 the whole square plus 3 times y minus 2 the whole square minus 12 is equal to -10 plus 1, that is -1. You add a 12 on both sides, you get x plus 1 the whole square plus 3 times y minus 2 the whole square is equal to 3. Now divide both sides by 3. You get x plus 1 the whole square over 3 plus y. This 3 cancels, leaving a 1 here. Y minus 2 the whole square over 1 is equal to 1. A square is 3, b square is 1. A square is greater than b square. So the major axis is on the, there is a small mistake here. Major axis is parallel to the x-axis. It is not on the x-axis. It is on the line y is equal to 2, because y is equal to 2. So correct that mistake. Major axis is on the line y is equal to 2. On the horizontal line, y is equal to 2. C square is a square minus b square. C square is a square minus b square, that is 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. So C is equal to plus or minus square root of 2. Center is -1, 2. And the vertices are h plus or minus a, comma k, that is -1 plus or minus square root of 3, 2. Because a is, where is a? A is square root of 3. A square is 3 means a is square root of 3. And for C, h plus or minus c, k, -1 plus or minus square root of 2, comma 2. Remember, this is not the x-axis and y-axis. This line is y is equal to 2. This horizontal line is y is equal to 2. And vertical line is x is equal to -1. So keep that in mind. It is not the x-axis and y-axis. Next, number 18. Center is 2, 1. Center is 2, 1. A is equal to 3. That is 5 minus 2. B is equal to 2. The equation is x minus 2 the whole square over a square plus y minus b the whole square, y minus 1 the whole square over 4. A is 3 and b is 2. I think that's a part of the question. Equation is x minus 2 the whole square over a square, that is 9, plus y minus 1 the whole square over 4. C square is a square minus b square, that is 9 minus 4, which is equal to 5. So C is plus or minus square root of 5. Therefore, the 4C is 2 plus or minus square root of 5, 1. And those are the 4C. Then, I think that's the last question. Oh, no, there are a couple of more. Yes. Question number 20. Find the vertices 4C and the asymptotes. X square over 36 minus y square over 64 is equal to 1. You compare it with the, x square term is positive. So the axis is the x-axis. And now center is 0, 0 because no number is subtracted from x and y. So center is 0, 0. Then a square is equal, y is equal to 0 implies x square over 36 is equal to 1. That is x square is equal to 36. So x is equal to plus or minus 6. So the vertices are plus or minus 6, 0. Why did I set y is equal to 0? Because it is on the x-axis. On the x-axis, y is 0. So that is why you set y is equal to 0. You are going to find the intersection of the curve with the x-axis. We know that the axis is the x-axis. So vertices are on the x-axis. So set y is equal to 0, and you get x square over 36 is equal to 1. That is x square is equal to 36. X is equal to plus or minus 6. So the vertices are plus or minus 6, 0. Now you are going to find the asymptotes. Replace the right side by 0. You get x square over 36 minus y square over 64 is equal to 0. Factor this. You get x plus x over 6 plus y over 8 is equal to 0. That's one of them. The other is x over 6 minus y over 8 is equal to 0. It's a difference of two squares. So you simplify this, you will get after one or two steps. It's simple algebra. Y is equal to negative 4 over 3x, or y is equal to 4 over 3x. So this is y is equal to 4 over 3x, and this is y is equal to negative 4 over 3x. Now you are trying to find the 4c. For c square is equal to a square plus b square, that is 36 plus 64, which is 100. So c is equal to plus or minus 10. So the 4c are negative 10, 0 and positive 10, 0. And vertices, we have already found the vertices, negative 6, this is negative 6, and this is positive 6. And then draw the curve in such a way that the two lines are asymptotes to the curve. Number 24. See, both x and y have squares, but one of the terms is negative. So it must be a hyperbola. But you have to complete the square now. Move that constant is on the right side. So this is, you write the y terms together and the x terms together. 9y square minus 36y minus 4x square minus 8x is equal to 4. Now you factor out a 9 from the first two terms. It becomes 9 times y square minus 4y minus 4. Pull out a minus 4 from the second, third and fourth. Negative 4 times x square plus 2x. Now you complete the square. Here you add and subtract a 4. Here you add and subtract a 1, because this 4 is the square of 1/2 of the coefficient of y. Now factor 9 times. This is a perfect square trinomial. That is y minus 2 the whole square minus 9 times minus 4 minus 36 minus 4 times. This is x plus 1 the whole square minus 4 times minus 1 is plus 4 is equal to 4. Now 9 times y minus 2 the whole square minus 4 times x plus 1 the whole square is equal to 36, because you add a 36 and subtract a 4 on both sides. You get right side becomes 36. That is, now divide both sides by a 36. You get y minus 2 the whole square over 4 minus x plus 1 the whole square over 9 is equal to 1. And the y term is positive and x term is negative. So it is a hyperbola whose axis is the y-axis. Y term is positive. It is concave up and down, means the axis is the y-axis. Center is negative 1. H is negative 1. Opposite of this, k is opposite of negative 2. So center is negative 1, 2. A is 2, because this is a square. B is 3. C square is equal to a square plus b square. That is 4 plus 9, which is equal to 13. So C is equal to plus or minus square root of 13. Vertices negative 1, comma 2 plus 2, because you recall that formula. So the vertices are k. This is k, and then a is 2. So that is k plus a and k minus a. So 2 plus or minus 2. That's negative 1, 0 and a negative 1, 4. For C, similar formula, negative 1, comma, that is h, comma, k plus or minus c. So 2 plus or minus square root of 3. And now to find the asymptotes, replace the 1 by a 0, and now y minus 2 the whole square over 4 is equal to x plus 1 the whole square over 9, and that is y minus 2 the whole square is equal to 4 over 9 times x plus 1 the whole square. So y minus 2 is 2 over 3 times x plus 1, or negative 2 over 3 times x plus 1. And so So those are the asymptotes, and then it is drawn here. Center is -1, 2. So this point is -1, 2. Number 26. Question number 26. 4x square is equal to y plus 4. So you divide both sides by 4. You get x square is equal to 1/4 times y plus 4. 4p is equal to 1/4. P is equal to 1 over 16 by multiplying by a 1/4. P is positive, so, and x has an exponent 2, y has the exponent 1, so that means parabola is concave up. It is P is positive, and x has the square term. Vertex is 0, -4. Focus is 0, -4 plus 1 over P, that is 1 over 16. So that is -4, 0, comma, -4 plus 1 over 16 is -63 over 16. So it is a graph like this. The last question from that section is number 30. X square minus 2x plus 2y square minus 8y plus 7 is 0, as in one of the previous problems. You subtract a 7 and write the x terms together and y terms together. So you have x square minus 2x plus 2 times y square minus 4y, y square minus 4y is equal to -7. Complete the square here, add a 1 on both sides. Complete the square here, add and subtract a 4 because coefficient of y is -4. Its 1/2 is 4, and -2, its square is +4. And now, first 3 terms is x minus 1 the whole square plus 2 times y minus 2 the whole square. 2 times -4 is -8 is equal to -6. That is x minus 1 the whole square plus 2 times y minus 2 the whole square is equal to 2 by adding a 8 on both sides. Now divide both sides by 2. You get x minus 1 the whole square over 2 plus y minus 2 the whole square over 1 is equal to 1. Denominator of x minus 1 the whole square is greater than that of y minus 2 the whole square. So ellipse is stretched horizontally. In fact, the major axis is on the horizontal line, y is equal to 2, stretched horizontally. Center is 1, 2, x is 1, y is 2. Vertices 1 plus or minus square root of 2, comma 2, because a square, c squared, a is square root of 2. So that is 1 plus or minus square root of 2, and y coordinate is 2 because it is stretched horizontally. C square is equal to a square minus b square, that is 2 minus 1, which is 1. So c is plus or minus 1. For c is h plus or minus c, and k, so it is 1 plus or minus 1, comma 2, that is 0, 2, and 2, 2. So the graph will be like this. Okay, so that is the end of 10.5. Okay, so we are done.